the music on Championship Sunday, NFL Primetime. Glad you could be with us. Chris Berman along with Tom Jackson. Who would get the 2 tickets to the new sombrero on February 1st? Curious story, isn't it? Curiouser and curiouser, as you said. Last season, remember, a wild card team won 3 road games and won it all, the Giants. A couple years before that, the Pittsburgh Steelers did the same thing. Going into Championship Sunday, a pair of number 6 seeds, the Eagles and the Ravens, also had a shot. Now, in the Eagles' case, they were going up against perhaps a bigger Cinderella, the heretofore forgotten and forlorn Cardinals. Here we go from the big toaster. Who would have guessed 2 huge games in this park within 12 months? Kurt Warner and the Cinderella Cardinals, Donovan McNabb, and how would they contain Larry Fitzgerald? Answer, not very well. Right out of the gate, here comes Arizona opening drive, beating Asante Samuel as Fitzgerald 19 yards first down. Then running a little, draw play, Edger and James. It's a 16-yard pickup at a first down. 3 plays later, Warner looks, zip, Fitzgerald, bang, bang, and he bowls through Brian Dawkins right off the bat. 9-yard touchdown, 7-0 Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals run him on a shallow cross. He does the rest after he gets the football in hand. So much stronger than you expect.
Eagles have kicked a field goal at 7-3, and now on 3rd and 10. Donovan McNabb trying to make something happen. And the ball is tipped into the air and doink into the hands of Aaron Francisco. And Francisco could go all the way until he is stripped of the ball by Deshaun Jackson. So turnover, both teams on one play. And I don't know if it was the iguana, but the Eagles keep the possession. Then David Akers from, he had kicked 20 in 19 straight postseason field goals, but he missed that one. And then J.J. Harrington will flip back to Kurt Warner. Warner to Larry Fitzgerald. Whoop! He turns around depths, and it's the flea flicker, and the Cardinals lead 14-3.
Yeah, and you young receivers out there, watch Larry Fitzgerald sell this to the safeties. Going to come up on him like he's looking to throw a block, then do a great job of using the shoulder to get through. Once he gets through, he looks and finds the football. The safety can't find it. He also has great balance, Boom.
Yes, he does. So that's 2 touchdowns from Warner to Fitzgerald already in the first half. It's 14-3. Now 14-6. Warner to the end zone. Fitzgerald makes a catch. So the Eagles trying to do it with field goals, but the Cardinals now have 3 touchdowns. All to Fitzgerald, 21-6.
And look at him stick that inside foot in the ground, make that fade outside. Great job. Did I mention he has great hands, too?
Yes, you did. He also had a 24-6 lead at the half. Now, could Philadelphia? No, they can't. Adrian Wilson strips McNabb of the ball. Arizona on the football. It's going to be a blowout on 3rd and 9. Here comes Arizona, but now Philly's defense digging in 3rd quarter. Finally, Warner, 3rd and 9. Ooh, he had Anquan Bolden, but it's over his head, and now it's a punt. 3rd and 19, Philadelphia. Well, 4th and 26 happened once. McNabb to Kevin Curtis. This was a play that turned the game around for a while. 50 yards later in the drive. McNabb. You saw him play well last week. Brent Selleck. He magnums his way into the end zone for a 6-yard TD, 24-13. 3rd and 10, Arizona. And Victor Abiamiri from Notre Dame sacks Warner. Arizona just with 8 yards in the 3rd quarter. Looked like a different game here. 3rd and 6, Philadelphia now. McNabb to Deshaun Jackson. And that'll be 9 yards and a first down. And then McNabb to his tight end, Selleck, who took a big blow earlier in this drive and came back in there. And 31-yard TD, it's 24-19. Extra point of formality, especially with Akers. And he just had this, he had the pulls going. Pulled the kickoff out of bounds, pulled the field goal, and pulled the extra point, 24-19. Now, 4th quarter, McNabb, play action. 4 minutes into the quarter. Deshaun Jackson beats Rogers Cromartie. Philly's going to have the lead on a 62-yard touchdown.
Well, it begins with McNabb all day to throw the football. No Cardinals around him. Nice deep pass. Deshaun Jackson is right on target. Pretty good play by the DB, but great concentration by Jackson to pull it in.
He gets it, but because they missed the kick, they had to go for two. Missed it. 25-24. The Cardinals are trailing. After that brilliant first half, they're behind. Began at 10:45 left in the game. This drive, and near the first down, Tim Hightower, he's short. And Ken Wisenhunt, in a call that'll be remembered for a long time. Midfield, 4th and inches. Hightower, all along the Hightower. Out of bounds, first down. Gamble pays off. 2 plays later, drive intact. Warner, Fitzgerald. Now they're at it again, Tom. 18 yards of first down. 2 plays later, Warner. This side to Fitzgerald, I think you mentioned he had good hands. He has 419 receiving yards this postseason, more than Jerry Rice had in '88, which was the record. 3rd and 1. Hightower. Up the middle. It's a first down on a 9-yard pickup. Under 3 minutes to go. 3rd and goal. Warner. Oh, that's a beautifully schemed screen. Bang! In the end zone. Warner to Hightower with 2:53 to go. It's 30-25.
Yeah, and some of this due to the attention that you give Fitzgerald on the outside. The safety starts to make his way to double coverage. He ends up being the fourth guy, soft middle of the football field. You get the screen in there. That's a great call for the touchdown.
And Warner to Patrick at tight end. 2-point conversion. Good. Now they're up a full 7, 32-25. Under 2.5 to go. McNabb to Brian Westbrook. A brilliant catch. A brilliant scamper. Out of bounds near midfield. 3rd and 10 now. McNabb to Hank Baskett behind him. And so now Philly's faced with a 4th and 10, or another NFC Championship bid would go the wrong way for Philly. McNabb steps up. Kevin Curtis, a flag, no flag, had the ball near his hands, and former Eagle Roderick Hood involved.
Yeah, and you see some contact right there, but we had both said, look, let him play, let him win it on the field. If you're the receiver, you got to make that catch.
So Kurt Warner and Coach Ken Wisenhunt and Edgerrin James and the star Larry Fitzgerald, and that's a nice scene there. Brian Dawkins, this may have been his last shot, his 13th season, but it's the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to say it again. The Arizona Cardinals are going to the Super Bowl. They're the first 9-7 team to make it, the only one since they went to 16-game season, other than the 79 Rams. Cardinals 32, Eagles 25. Let it sink in and let the party start out in the desert.
I want to say Arizona Cardinals and Super Bowl in the same sentence, because I like the way that sounds, huh? Arizona Cardinals in the Super Bowl. How about it? We really have felt like our backs have been against the wall because no one's given us a chance. And guys, we're motivated to commit everything to it, and now we're one step away from our goal.
Kurt worked on a lot of things with his game, from moving in the pocket, which we saw today, to protecting the football. You know, that a lot of times older quarterbacks aren't willing to do. That's a credit to his humility and his competitive drive. And the reason that we're here today in great part is because of what Kurt Warner has done for us.
You know, to end this way, it's tough, you know, when you're that close to making it to the Super Bowl. And then you just kind of seeing it just taken away from you. But this team is really pulled together, and you know, it was that type of nucleus that you definitely want. And it's tough to kind of see the guys and know kind of how they're feeling.
What do you say about Kurt? He's right there, so you can't say anything bad.
Well, just his leadership. This is leadership.
Love this guy.
We got another game to go. This feels great to be able to be in this position, but you know, we have our work cut out against whoever we're going to be playing. We want to get back to work tomorrow and enjoy this victory tonight, and you know, just keep pushing.
Well, this is just an unbelievable story for a franchise who last were in the playoffs in '98. Last won, as you know, a division title when they were the St. Louis Cardinals in '75. Last won a home playoff game before they won the 2 this year, the 47 Chicago Cardinals at Comiskey Park. And really, the overall story of this franchise, when playoffs began in 1933, up until this year, the Cardinals franchise had won 2. And this year they've won 3, so it's Kurt Warner. And everyone said the Arizona Cardinals have made it. Congratulations to them. And Warner, 4 touchdown pass, the 2-point conversion. Larry Fitzgerald ties a record, 3 touchdowns and a half. He's Faster, stronger. We already knew he had big hands, Tom. What else did he show you today that you didn't even know? That
you know, he's willing to run into traffic. He can get deep and catch the ball in the midst of double coverage. They're now using that drag across the field to separate him from man coverage on the outside. And when he catches the ball, I think what Kurt Warner knows is he's not only going to get the catch and the yardage, he's going to get yards after catch. You see him make people miss every single time he gets the football. We talked about the great set of hands that he has. Here, the deep ball, great balance, ability to focus, spin, keep his feet. He's great inside the red zone. I think the premier receiver in the National Football League right now, and there's a lot of good ones, but I don't think you can find anybody better than this guy right now.
So Kurt Warner now is going to a Super Bowl and has a chance to win it 9 years after he won one before. He 3-0 in the title games. By the way, among those receivers that have three touchdown catches and a half include Jerry Rice, Fred Biletnikoff in the Hall of Fame, Andre Reed, who may be in that famous Buffalo game. I think, let me ask you this about Arizona, Tom. The fact that they weren't taken that seriously by the way they play. So there's not a lot of film on them doing this so well. Are teams having a tough time like Philadelphia? What do we do against this? They didn't study him for 16
Yeah,
games.
but I also think that it's a game of matchups. And when you start trying to match up with Fitzgerald and Bolden and Breston, and they also complement that with a balanced running attack, I think that you run into real problems. And the quarterback, you know, you heard Coach Wisenhutty's giving a lot of praise to Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner gets the ball out of his hands so quickly. So when you go to play them, people are open, the ball's on time, and these guys are big, strong. Bolden and Fitzgerald are going to get yards after catch. Both of them are as big and strong as any receivers in this league.
The game was a microcosm of Philadelphia's season for the Eagles side. Remember, they're 5-5-1, and then the equivalent of this going way behind and coming roaring back and taking the league. But in the end, not enough. And in the end, history will say that Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb, these Eagles once again in the title game. Get off that a little bit. The defense, the one part of the team, and the kicker, the one part of the team that you could count on had perhaps its worst game of the season.
Third best defense in the National Football League, gave up 32 points today.
Yeah, that was a surprise to Philly, and kudos to Arizona.
Yes.
Did I mention that the Arizona Cardinals
are going to the Super Bowl?
When we return, the AFC Championship game, oh my goodness. Everyone in the whirlpool, this was as hard a hitting game as you'll ever see between the Ravens and Steelers in Pittsburgh. We'll show you.
The relationship you have with your car isn't so different from your other relationships. Some burn hot and fast, but don't last very long. Some burn for a while, but don't throw much heat. And some smolder beautifully for a long, long time.
Get the brands you want and leave your money at home with Rent-A-Center's free until February 7th event. It's brand name merchandise with no credit checks, no credit needed, and no money down. Free until February 7th at Rent-A-Center. We make it easy to make it your own.
I love softball. I live for it. I want to play with reckless abandon. Yeah, I want to play like I'm 18. When I play sports like this, I have pain. I hurt all over. To deal with the pain, I take a leave. It allows me to play 3 games a day and not hurt. If I didn't have a leave to help me with the pain, I'd be sitting on the sidelines. My name is Mark Hamby, and I'll never stop playing softball.
Why would I want to talk to David Frost?
I got $500,000.
Really?
He was doing the wrong thing and knew it.
No one has pinned anything on you.
Frost has hired 3 crack investigators.
Can I be deep crack?
There's a reason they call him Tricky Dick.
You had a pleasant evening last night?
Yes.
To do any fornicating?
Hugh David. Will you accept that you were part of a cover-up of another cover-up?
I didn't want to take any questions on Watergate.
Frost Nixon, rated R, now playing.
Karen was finally headed home. Make that the video store. If she had Netflix, she could keep her DVDs for as long as she wants. Take the drama out of renting.
Netflix, unlimited movies for $8.99 a month.
Steelers fans, your team just won the AFC Championship. And now, direct from NFLShop.com, you can own the Steelers Championship tee and hat. It's the official championship cap and T-shirt worn by players and coaches during the post-game celebration. Your team believed. Now show them you believe by calling 866-AFC-5001. Own a piece of Steelers history. Call 866-AFC-5001 or visit NFLShop.com now.
AFC Championship game was really smoking Joe Frazier against Big George Foreman. I mean, it was everything plus the Pittsburgh Steelers and Baltimore Ravens. You thought it would be hard-hitting. That's the understatement of the year. Could the Steelers beat the Ravens 3 times in the year, or would the Ravens make a third time a charm for the AFC title at the Big Ketchup Bottle? A stadium which had not been that kind to the Pittsburgh Steelers, at least in this round. But the terrible towels waving hopefully goodbye to Ray Lewis and the tough Ravens. Ben Roethlisberger to Hines Ward. And on 3rd and 10, how many third down plays did they make? But Ward is hurt right away.
Well, you see him get pulled up over his right leg kind of awkwardly and couldn't tell whether it was knee or groin, but he did injure his right leg.
And so then Ben avoids pressure, rolls left to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Ooh. And he is just nailed right there. Byron Leftwich warming up, but no, they wouldn't need it. Meanwhile, it's field goal time again for Jeff Reed, and it's 6-0 Pittsburgh. John Harbaugh on 4th and 1 as Joe Flacco sneak it. Not the team to do it against.
Yeah, I want you to watch Troy Polamalu as he starts coming across with a receiver and watch the effort that he puts in to get on Flacco and preventing him from getting that first down on his feet.
Smells the ball at all times. 6-0 Steelers after the first quarter. 3rd and 9. Ben stepping up, buying time. How does he do it? Throws a duck, but no problem. Yo Holmes, whoop! Santonio Holmes makes a move, and he could go all the way, even diving past Ed Reed at the end, 65 yards. There's the crazy touchdown the Steelers wanted.
And watch Big Ben as he moves to his left. He comes back. He refocuses to the right. Santonio Holmes stays with him. You keep running your route because you know he may find you. He does. You end up in the end zone.
And so 13-0. Now Willis McGahee. Now the Ravens are in. They get a flag in the end zone after a big punt return. Leonard. It's 13-7. And look who's in there to help block, Tom.
Yeah, you've got unbalanced line left. You've got Nada at the end. You've got another tackle outside of him. No guesswork as to where they were going to run that ball, and they run it right in.
So all of a sudden, the Ravens have a chance. Minute to go in the first half. And the Steelers, they're not afraid to throw it deep. Lima Swede turns Norwegian. I don't know. He had it, but he... Oh,
yeah, but you can see his eyes are not on the ball. You got to look the ball all the way into your hand.
And what a scoring opportunity Mike Tomlin's team missed. He knows that. Then Roethlisberger to waltzing Mawildy. He's tackled immediately. Tick, tick, tick. They try to spike it because they have no timeouts, but the half ends, and Baltimore dodges it. They're within a score, 13-7 for John Harbaugh and company. Ben said, didn't we spike it? No, we didn't. Now, third quarter, 2nd and 24. To Heath Miller. Wow. Now the Ravens at times looking a little tired. This set up a field goal again, Reed 16-7 after 3 quarters. Then, 4th quarter, Ravens. Flacco looking for Marcus Smith, but there's a flag on Ike Taylor. And now Baltimore has a chance, Tom, because it sets up for Harbaugh's new heroes. 1st and goal, Willis McGahee. Game on. 16-14. Pittsburgh lead down to 2. Terrell Suggs, one of the many injured Ravens, playing sacks Roethlisberger. Suggs had 2. He working against Max Starks.
Well, he got a great jump on the snap count, came around the corner, was able to get Big Ben down. One of the few times that happened.
And they forced him to punt. And then, with 4.5 to go, it's Troy Polamalu, who doesn't only make the pick. He shakes, he swerves, he moves, and he puts the game on ice on a cold day in Pittsburgh. Troy Polamalu gives the Steelers a 23-14 lead.
Yeah, and he does a great job here of following Joe Flacco's eyes right to the football, and then he shows his great hands and athleticism and return skills.
And then how hard a hitting game was this? Oh, Brian Clark, Willis McGahee collide. McGahee, Clark both down for a long time. And Ray Lewis, everybody, all the Ravens, all the Steelers on the field, just praying for their teammates. McGahee carted off. Ben even watching, hoping for the best. I mean, look, these teams aren't big fans of each other, but in the end, I think a lot of respect because this, Tom, you've been involved in something. This was one of the hardest hitting games that we have seen. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've won a championship game at Heinz Field. The Pittsburgh Steelers do show that you can get a bye and move on to the Super Bowl. And the Pittsburgh Steelers do beat the Ravens. 4 times it worked. Championship games, 2 times it doesn't. You try to sweep a team 3 times. Steelers, defense, Big Ben and company, moving on.
We did some of the same things that we did in the last 2 games, and our defense played great, our offense played great. It was a total team effort. We back in the Super Bowl.
Just to get my 3rd opportunity and have an AFC Championship game at home, it's really for the fans and for the city of Pittsburgh to come out and win in front of those guys, because each year they come out and show their support, and what better way than beat up on Baltimore Ravens. They asked for us, so they got us.
And no matter how hard you fought, you're going to be disappointed to lose this game and watch the other team go to the Super Bowl, which is what you were trying to do all year. But you got to tip your hat to those guys. They've played tough all year. They've played tough in close games, and they've come out on top. And they've done that against us this year 3 times now. So you got to credit those guys for playing so hard and so well.
Well, and so now Ben Roethlisberger, who has a chance now in 5 years to win 2 Super Bowls. He's won in his first 5 seasons with the game to go 7 postseason games. Only Tom Brady, this young in his career, had more wins than any other quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. You see Troy Aikman there on the list. And Tom, I mean, look, I remember those Steeler-Raider games from the 70s, how brutal they were. This was kind of there. But Big Ben stands tall, even though they got to him 4 times.
Well, and I think he fits right into that mold of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the big, tough quarterback, just like Terry Bradshaw. And the key to his success is his ability to move around, extend plays, buy time for his receivers, and then have the courage to throw the ball where you need to let a guy make a big play. Watch him here. He moves to his left. He's going to come back. Look at him, check down right there. I think he has great vision because even though he's scrambling, the eyes, and I used to say this all the time about Elway, the eyes are always up so he can see exactly what's going on downfield. Biggest play of the game, the Holmes right there. And if you're going to beat this team, you got to figure out a way to get him down on the ground once you get to him, if you can get to him.
Yeah, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, look, it's a tough act to follow for Bill Cowher following Chuck Noll. Mike Tomlin now in his 2nd year, they're going to a Super Bowl. I mean, it kind of works there. And for Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh, Joe Flacco, rookies, they won their 2 postseason games. Pretty darn impressive considering Flacco, even in late August, wasn't even supposed to be the starter. But when you can't run, then they're open to a little trouble, right?
Yes, a lot of the weight of the game fell on Joe Flacco today. And unlike the most of the regular season where they ran the ball more than any other team in the league, played that great defense. And I thought that defense, quite frankly, looked a little bit worn down today.
And so the Steelers going to the Super Bowl for the 7th time, only the Cowboys more. Congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Home field did indeed mean something in the championship rounds. When we return, we look ahead to Super Bowl 43. It's Pittsburgh against Arizona, just like everybody had in their pools back on Labor Day. We'll be back.
First and second round coverage of the Masters coming in April on ESPN.
Sealing your bathroom makes a mess. You need Pro-Caulk, the only tool that delivers a neat finish in just minutes, again and again. Apply silicone, select your edge, then slide along for a perfect finish without showing the joint. Select a smaller edge for a thinner silicone finish. Pro-Caulk is perfect for kitchen countertops to seal edges and eliminate those leaking corners. Seal like a professional in seconds. Any edge, any corner, any joint. you get a 16mm corner, a curved edge, and a grouting tip for between those tiles, plus 5 more edges. As a bonus, you'll get a third applicator for hard-to-reach places. You'll also get a silicone remover to strip old grouting, plus this tube of adhesive caulk, the complete Pro Caulk kit, with 3 tools with 12 edges, silicone remover tool, and tube of caulk. Just $19.95, plus shipping and handling. Order now.
To order your Pro Caulk, call 1-800-518-4084 or send $19.95 plus shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Call 1-800-518-4084. Call now.
Pat, how many years have you been coaching now?
33.
No kidding.
All in Tennessee.
Wow.
I guess you could say you started off as a volunteer.
8 national championships. I mean, that is unbelievable.
Well, I've been very lucky.
I mean, you've reached the summit of the coaching profession. Summit.
Yeah, I guess you could say I got this coaching thing down pat.
Sorry.
Tonight on an all-new Asterisk Hunter.
Fine print. How they hide their long-term contracts and crazy restrictions.
Patrick encounters a cave full of Telephonus vampires and gets more than he bargained for when these deadly asterisks go for his wallet. Hidden fees, long-term contracts. It's a nightmare in the night sky. Catch all the action exclusively on Bright House Network's Channel 300, where every day is easier without the asterisk.
This is a computer box store where all computers are exactly alike. This is Smart Guys Computers, where each computer is custom designed. So if you own a small business, Smart Guys will custom design your computer to specifically handle all that is required to smoothly and efficiently run your business. For custom designed computers, the latest servers, programs, upgrades, and unmatched professional repair and service, come to Smart Guys Computers with 5 locations. We're local, dependable, affordable, and we're smart.
Here's what the Steelers and Cardinals were in the regular season. Of course, you can pretty much wash Arizona out at 9-7. They're another team. You see they're very talented offensively. Pittsburgh, the best ranked and allowed the fewest points defensively. But that offensive rank doesn't tell what Ben Roethlisberger is capable of doing. And defensively, Arizona's playing much better than that now. Hence, they're going against each other a fortnight from now at the new Sombrero, February 1st. We'll be back as we look ahead. A first word or two on the Steelers against the Cardinals. And some quarterbacks who know what they're doing. We'll be back.
ABC's Lost, the premiere event Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Get the brands you want and leave your money at home with Rent-A-Center's free until February 7th event. It's brand name merchandise with no credit checks, no credit needed, and no money down. Free until February 7th at Rent-A-Center. We make it easy to make it your own.
An advanced 2-mode hybrid system. Check. 20 miles per gallon in the city while still seating 8. Check. The world's first full-size luxury hybrid SUV. Checkmate.
You a cop or something?
Not tonight. Max Payne, unrated tomorrow.
Millions of Americans have made Hydroxycut the #1 weight loss supplement.
I'm Charlene from California, and I lost 55 pounds fast with Hydroxycut.
Subjects using the patented primary ingredients in Hydroxycut lost an average of up to 4.5 times the weight than diet and exercise alone.
I'm Skip from Arizona, and I lost 39 pounds fast.
I'm Stephanie from Wisconsin, and I lost 31 pounds so fast, and I feel beautiful.
Get Hydroxycut, a new complete 7-day cleanse today.
Big Monday boasts 2 stellar matchups. First, DeJuan Blair and Pittsburgh face the high-flying Orange in a Big East battle. Then, defending national champion Kansas hosts Texas A&M. Big Monday begins at 7 tonight on ESPN.
Well, Tom, the Steelers, they've been there before. The Cardinals, they've never been there. What do we look for?
Well, I think the Super Bowl is always a game of matchup. So when you look at that wide open offense of the Cardinals, how would the Pittsburgh Steelers, the best defense in the land, match up against those wide receivers and a pretty balanced running attack? Look on the other side of the ball, Ben Roethlisberger. How do you get him down on the ground?
Ben and Kurt Warner, only the fourth time. Guys who have won Super Bowls before going against each other. We have a lot to talk about. We got 2 weeks.